I'm on a mission to beat 1,000 video games, and I just finished the brand new AI Limit, so here's a quick spoiler-free review. If you know me, you know I love Souls-likes. It's the only genre that I am always willing to play right at launch without even having to see a trailer, but apparently I'm the only one playing this one. See, this came out exactly the same day as another Souls-like, the first Berserker Kazan, and it even has a similar anime-inspired art style, but this game didn't get nearly the same level of attention at launch, and I don't think anyone really even knows about it. Now, I can't speak to Kazan because I haven't gotten to it quite yet, and I will admit that launching on exactly the same day as a very similar game that has way more buzz is a puzzling choice, but despite all that, let it be known that this game is fire. God damn it. What's going on outside my door? Oh, nothing, I'm high. Yep, I'm just imagining things. It starts out with more of a fizzle than a bang, with the drab world design and easier than average combat thanks to a parry system that is extremely overpowered against the early enemies and bosses. But about 30% into the campaign, there is a fairly abrupt difficulty spike, and suddenly even the standard enemies have me tiptoeing around them in fear like a teenager trying to sneak out of the house to go party. And that overpowered parry system I mentioned doesn't do you nearly as much good when the later bosses can cut across the entire arena in an instant and slam you to the ground with weapons that take up the entire screen. It reminded me a lot of Stellar Blade in that you start out with mostly just basic attacks, but by the end you have tons of different awesome abilities to choose from. But unlike Stellar Blade, there is a buttload of weapon variety, and tweaking my build over the course of the campaign was one of my favorite parts of the whole game. Look, it's not perfect. The boring world design that I mentioned earlier doesn't really ever get much better, although the actual level design was really intricate and a lot of fun to explore, and you can tell they really swung hard on the story trying to build some deep lore, but it never really landed for me. It was all just evil robots this and post-apocalypse that. Probably my biggest complaint is the lack of a gradual difficulty slope. Games like Ender Lilies and Stellar Blade really nail that slow creeping increase in challenge, but here it's all over the place. I'd have 2 or 3 bosses I would just embarrass, and then I'd be stuck on the next one for like an hour, and then 2 or 3 more clowns, another brick wall, etc. But all in all, if like most Souls-like fans you opted to play first Berserker Kazan instead of this, and after finishing it you're itching for more, pick this up. It's kind of a tragedy nobody seems to be talking about it. I rank every game I beat just by how much I enjoy it personally, and this landed at number 3 out of the 19 games I've beaten so far this year, and 60 out of 572 games beaten all time, so probably a little bit higher than it deserves just because I always gush over this genre, but it is an excellent game. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help me out, all you gotta do is hit that like button, and thank you. And let me know if you disagree with anything I said. I say dumb things sometimes. Next time we'll be reviewing the brand new cinematic psychological thriller Karma: The Dark World, so feel free to follow if you want to know what that game's whole deal is and where it ends up on the rankings.